I'm on the Algerian radio a lot. L'Algérie, Radio Algérie, has invited me on to talk about Al-Qaeda, and I tell them, Al-Qaeda has been sent into your country by the U.S. to destabilize your country. And it's the same thing with Morocco, and the same thing with Tunisia. There's Brzezinski. He is an obsessive hater of Russia, and he wants to yoke your family, your energy, and your future to this insane plan. So today it would be Putin. And again, I have rather high regard for Putin. I think he's the most intelligent head of state we've seen in the world lately. Brzezinski argues to the neocons, why are you worried about Iran? Let's think realistically. What's the only real center of military power in the world that could handle the United States? It's the Kremlin. So focus on Russia. This is Brzezinski's mental world. A constant pressure on every Russian border. Wherever and wherever possible, he wants to cause trouble for Russia. He assumes that you, the European NATO states, will simply go along with this lunatic plan. This is, again, a recipe for World War III. Brzezinski's mental world, leading to the encirclement and breakup of Russia. This is, again, a recipe for World War III. Brzezinski's mental world, leading to the encirclement and breakup of Russia. Now, why? Why Pakistan? Not Iran, but Pakistan? It's 3 times bigger. They have nuclear weapons, but why pick on them? It's because Pakistan is a Chinese ally. Anybody who's friendly with Russia or China has got to be destroyed in the brave new world of Brzezinski. So it means that this entire area dissolves into absolute chaos. Now, Brzezinski's mental world, the zone of percolating violence centered on Afghanistan and including Pakistan. And the idea, of course, is to bring this violence into areas like the Caucasus and Transcaucasus, and then into the republics of Central Asia, and indeed into China. Right? The Chinese, Turkestan, the Uyghurs, the Muslim minority in China, and of course, Brzezinski is behind the Tibet insurrection. This is a typical Brzezinski ploy. We've also got pressure to expand NATO towards Russia more and more, the Baltic republics, these countries here in the Balkans, Romania, Bulgaria, and so forth. Now, the Orange Revolution in Ukraine, this is done by the U.S. This is a people power coup or CIA color revolution run by people like Soros and Brzezinski, including Brzezinski's son. So here we have, this is what you see with Obama, it's the same method. Swarming adolescents, callow youth, feckless youth, young people who know virtually nothing, but you give them some flags, you give them some drugs, maybe some money, they come into the square and they oppose the Russian candidate for president. It's a rent-a-mob or a dupe-a-mob. Obama's now going to go across Europe and try to make speeches like this. He wanted to have this at the Brandenburg Gate. He's not going to get it. There's also a very grave danger of war between Russia and Georgia. This is the other place where the color revolution succeeded. This is the Roses Revolution in Tbilisi, in Georgia. So you get the idea? Brzezinski plays on a much bigger stage than the neocons. And the Great Hall of the People in Beijing, this is a target for Brzezinski. Why? Because you've got Russia and China together, and you've got to go after them somehow. China may be the weakest. How do you attack China? Brzezinski says, not by bombing them, but through Africa. How through Africa? Well, take the Sudan. This is a country that has lots of oil. China gets about 7% of its oil from Sudan. Now, we have a huge campaign against the government of General Bashir because of Darfur. Why are the Anglo-Americans so interested in this humanitarian emergency? Because they want to overthrow the government in Khartoum and cut off the oil going to China. Zimbabwe, Mugabe. Why are the Anglo-Americans so focused on Zimbabwe? Because this is a mineral-rich country allied with China. You've got Al-Qaeda. I have to tell you, I'm on the Algerian radio a lot. L'Algérie, Radio Algérie, has invited me on to talk about Al-Qaeda, and I tell them, Al-Qaeda has been sent into your country by the U.S. to destabilize your country. And it's the same thing with Morocco and the same thing with Tunisia. So the idea is basically Africa is going to become a battleground between the U.S. and the Chinese for the purpose of kicking the Chinese out of Africa. That's what Brzezinski wants. Kick the Chinese out. You got destabilizations in Kenya. Obama's cousin is leading the destabilization of Kenya. Obama's tribe can be used to destabilize a whole area here of Africa, the so-called Luo tribe. Ultimately, what Brzezinski wants is this. If the Chinese can't get oil and minerals from Africa, where can they get them? Brzezinski's going to say, you should go to Siberia. Here's Siberia. Look at all the gas. Look at all the oil. Krasnoyarsk, out here, Irkutsk. This is where China should get their minerals and gas and oil. You see what it is? To play China against Russia for the purpose of oil, meaning World War III. Russia and China destroy each other. The Anglo-Americans, Brzezinski thinks, sit back and laugh and dominate the world for another century. Now, this is the kind of stuff that doesn't work. Here's the border between China and Russia. Out here, of course, much oil, very few Russians. This is the vulnerability that Brzezinski would play on. There's also the question of the various pipelines coming out of here and where they will go. And the Anglo-Americans like to make fun of the difficulty of getting a pipeline built across here. So they're always attacking Putin. Another gambit, Kosovo, under what amounts to a criminal organization. We've also got the Polish missile crisis, the Missile Defense Agency. Missiles in Poland, radar in the Czech Republic, and some installations in Lithuania, ex-Soviet territory. The goal of that is a first strike. The U.S. is telling itself it will be possible for the United States to destroy the long-range nuclear arsenals of Russia and China with a first strike. And that is what the capability that they would like to have. And you see it all here. The interceptor missiles going to Poland. The Soviets, the Russians, of course, have a very serious anti-ballistic missile defense. Now, here's the problem. That's a Topol-M Russian intercontinental ballistic missile. It is the best in the world. The U.S. has nothing to come close to this. This is what you're dealing with now. Not some war in Iraq or Iran, but back on your head. That's what Obama means to you, thanks to Brzezinski. He's also got Chechen terrorism. This is Basayev of the Chechens, Maskadov of the Chechens. Remember, these people blew up apartment houses in Moscow, killed upwards of 300 people. You get the idea. Now, this guy is Ilyas Akhmadov. He's the ambassador of the Chechen terror organization to the United States. The Chechen terrorists have an ambassador in Washington, D.C. He's on the State Department payroll. He gets paid by the U.S. taxpayer. He gets his own money, he gets a secretary, an office, a travel budget, and a public relations budget. Why is he there? Because Brzezinski lobbied to bring him there. Brzezinski says the day that this man came to Washington was the happiest day of Brzezinski's life. Now here, can you possibly see a terrorist capability to be used against Russia, run from the United States in the near future? At the point where you see the project being kick the Chinese out of Africa, destroy Pakistan as a Chinese ally, finally play China against Russia. You've got to create a new enemy image. Who's the enemy image? it's Russia and China, or maybe Pakistan, or maybe Sudan.
Put a lot of thought into a welcome sign that may surprise you. It's in front of a homeless camp. News Channel 13's Josh Simeon with a story you'll only see here on 13.
Have you seen this sign? If you drive up the Cimarron Street on-ramp to I-25, you won't miss it. Its message, welcome to Obamaville, Colorado's fastest growing community. It's a well-designed banner that cost more than $100. We wanted to find out who bought it, who
Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people. It is easier to kill than to control.